So we're going to begin the meeting. This is our first meeting of 2023. I don't think I know everybody whose name I see here. If you don't know me, my name is Wayne Matthews. I'm the president of the Guild. I'm in my last year as president, which there's a slice of me that is glad of that.
Yeah. It's been a busy term, Wynn.
It has. It's
Crazy
not at all
busy.
complaint. I thoroughly enjoyed everything we've done and are doing, but I'll be happy to have some of that time back.
Yeah.
So tonight we're going to do a tour, an introductory tour of the new website, which is built on the Club Express platform. And Foz and Terry and I are going to give you the tour. The three of us have been the people from our end who have done the majority of the construction in concert with Erica Howell, who is the developer at Club Express, the designer at Club Express that we worked with, who did a lot of the initial work and answered all of our questions and got us pretty well trained on how this thing works. So I'm going to give it to Foz, who's got an introduction, and how the meeting is going to go is we're going to do an overview of the whole site, and then we're going to do breakout rooms into two specific things. Terry's going to do a breakout room on creating a member portfolio, and I'm going to do a breakout room on looking at the member profile, like where all of your personal information and personal configurations take place. They're all going to be recorded. So whichever one you don't go to, you'll be able to watch the recording of the other one. Foz is going to hang out in the main room. If you're not interested in either of those breakout rooms, just hang out with her. If you're gotten enough in the breakout room or you feel done, sign out and leave the breakout room. Don't sign out of the meeting. You can go back into the main hall, the main meeting, where conversation and questions and whatever will be happening. So I'm going to hand it to Foz and we'll start.
Wynn, could I make a quick announcement first?
Okay.
On the Beatrice Wood Show.
Yeah.
Originally we were going to do that in April, but it kind of gave us all about 3 weeks to make something. So I talked with Kevin, and our show will now be in July and August, July 8th through August 20th. So your applications will be due June 11th to me. The information should be in the newsletter.
I'm sorry, Jeannie, applications are due when?
June 11th.
We'll update the website so that information,
Yeah,
new information is on the site. Yeah.
Anyway, we're honoring Beatrice Wood this year. This is the 25th year of when she passed away. And so she's our inspiration. Go online, you can see all kinds of different items that she's made that hopefully will inspire you to create your own thing and have some fun with it. So get the juices flowing and get some ideas made. Also, if anybody has something finished already, Kevin is looking for some pictures so he can put them on the website to advertise the show. So anyway, honoring Beatrice Wood, have some fun with it. And you can enter up to 3 pieces. This is for plus members. You don't have to be jury, but as long as you're a plus member or above, and it's open to you. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to start where Jeannie left us off, and this will be something that as we go through this overview process tonight, make sure you get an idea of where you're going to be able to look. There will be a page on our Guild website that will be dedicated to the Beatrice Wood Show. And as soon as we get all that info and detail from Jeannie, that page will get posted. And Wynn or Terry, I think Terry will show you where that goes, where it'll be, and you'll be able to access the entry form and upload your photos there. So it's going to be a much different process because we've got this great new web home for the Guild. Okay, so what this whole, we call it Club Express, and that's how the idea was presented to the board. But in essence, this is the new guild home. And it's a place that we want to have a online web community where all of our guild resources are found in one place. So you have one login, everything's there. Everything the guild sends out is going to come out of that new guild home. So being familiar with what those resources are, how to use them, and how to drop in and get things like a link to a members meeting or a form to sign up for an event. It's all going to be in one place instead of an email that you've got to go back and find. That's one of the best things about it. It's also going to be a place where we can meet each other and learn about each other's skill sets and talents. It'll be a place, depending on everybody's level of participation, where you can drop in and look at the work of other members and say, hey, gee, that looks like something I'm interested in. I'm going to get in touch with that person. And you're going to be able to send them an email right inside there. You're not going to have to go to some paper with a membership directory and copy over an email address. Everything will be in one place for you and for us. With that said, I'm going to ask, is there anybody here tonight who has not renewed their membership and at least gone into the site to renew their membership? Okay, so is that Gail Swanson?
No.
It's Paul. It says Paul Swanson. I don't know who this is. Sandy Swanson. You're muted. So needless to say, if anybody's having problems, you need to, in the chat, let us know tonight, and we will work with you to get you in.
I have had emails with Judy,
Okay,
and so maybe I should just work with her rather than take up everybody's time.
that's right.
Perfect.
So Judy's here and she will follow up with you.
Okay, good.
All right, so what I'm going to do right now is share my screen with you. And this should look familiar to everyone.
Yeah.
So this is basically when you use the VCPG login. This is where you're going to start. Up in the right-hand corner is your member login. Everyone should know what their username is and what their password is. And those were initially assigned, and I think probably some of you have already changed your logins. The other thing that I don't want to forget to say this is, if you have questions during the presentation, would you please write them into the chat, and then we'll go over them before we go into the breakout rooms. So I'm going to just log in here. And this is what you all are going to see. This is our home page. On the home page, if there's a clay colored bar like this, that's something we want you to pay particular attention to. It's a way that we're going to flag announcements for everyone. So right now we're just putting a prompt in here to say, check out team service opportunities. It's a great way to contribute to the success of our community. What we tried to do in the design of this is to give members and the public a very quick overview into getting into some of the meat related to the resources that are on this site. So in this corner, you will always see information about the upcoming monthly meeting. The date will be there, and there'll be a little bit of information about the substance of the meeting. If you click here, it will take you to the calendar. All right, so we're maintaining an online calendar now. of all important dates for upcoming events, deadlines, etc. So in here, you'll see the meeting. You will always find the Zoom link for the meeting here. So you don't have to go back to the newsletter. You don't have to go back to an email. You can always just go to the website, click on the meeting date, and you'll have the Zoom link. And again, there'll be information about the meeting. So I'm going to use this button that says home. Go back to the home page again. The next box over is a box for the gallery. If there's an upcoming event at the gallery, there'll be information about that event. So right now we're seeing the Valentine's Day event happening. It's happening on the 11th. I'm interested in knowing more about that event. Or if it's just a photo from the gallery and you want to get more information about the gallery, click there. It will take you to a web page about the gallery. So here's some information about the Valentine's Day event. Now, the thing about this is the public who comes to our website will actually see this same information about the gallery. So there's a public facing side to this, and there's a member facing side. So this is one that's shared. So we're giving the public directions. Here's where a gallery is. Here's what it looks like. These are all references for people coming in so that the gallery is much easier to find. Come back to home. I'm going to scroll down again. So the next box is for Ventura Pottery Online. Gee, I'm interested in what that is. I click on that. All right, so now, again, this is public facing too. If you're looking for something that's handmade, here's another option. And there's a link here that will take the public to the online site where online orders can be made. Go back to home. Down here, member benefits. Click on that. And we go to another page, which goes through and identifies member benefits. So if somebody's here and they're saying, gee, what's the guild about? They can get that information. Now, this is another piece that winds up being extremely important for all of us. This is our calendar. And if you look at this at first glance, you think, well, you know, what kind of calendar is this? This particular box scrolls. So you can scroll through here and you can see what upcoming activities and events are. Okay. Now, if there's an event that the Guild is offering, and you need to sign up for it, you will find links for signups here. So right now, there's an opportunity for all plus tiered juried members to sell at the Valentine's Day event. You don't have to be a gallery member. There's an open invitation. So if you want to sell your work, you would click here. And here's the information. It's an opportunity to sell your work. Shift coverage is a requirement to sell. And in this case, gallery members are excluded, but other plus tier juried members are open. So you say, gee, I'm juried. I'd like to sell something at a Valentine's Day event. You'd come over here. You'd click on register now. And the thing that's really sweet about our new Guild web home is it knows who I am because I logged in. So it has my name, it has my email address, it has my phone number. So I'm going to sign myself up here. I'm an active member. There's no fee. It's already saying I'm registered for this event, but you would click on next. And this says, all right, you're registered this day. There's no charge. And then you click this and you get a confirmation email that you're registered. And then you click on complete registration. You always have to finish or complete your registration. Once you've done that, then now I am signed up to be in this event, and I'm working the 11 to 2:30 p.m. shift. The email that I receive from Club Express will confirm my shift, date, and time. So go back up here. All right, so has everybody got this calendar section? If you click on this, it's just going to take you to the January meeting. That's not what you want to do. If you're in the calendar and you're looking for something, you have to scroll through this box. All right. Last box here is about us. And again, this is telling us, you know, a little bit about who we are to the public. And if people are interested in becoming a member, this will take them to a membership sign-up page or to become a patron. Now, one of the things that I want to point out to everyone is the photos on the banners and the photos that are in these changing slideshows. One of the things that was really important to all of us that were involved in putting this together is we wanted this new web home to represent our membership. We wanted you to be able to see yourself and, you know, your work and the work of other members. You know, if you think about our former website, it was a lot of text. It didn't show our work. So the majority of the banners and the photos have been collected from, you know, people on the photographers that are part of the marketing team, the Guild's marketing team. There are photos that came off of the Guild's historic collection of photos that are on the Flickr site that are our archives that go all the way back into the 50s. And Troy Schmidt and Patty Hollows are big contributors to those photography catalogs. And we're looking, there's an invitation out there that Wynn put in his president's message that we're looking for people to submit additional photos so that we can keep all of these images fresh and inclusive of our members and the work that you do. Because we want it to be our community page. We want it to be something that represents who we are and our diversity as potters. Okay. All right, Wynn. I'm going to toss it to you.
You going to talk with me?
No, I'm going to, no. I'm going to let you now pick up your piece.
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen here. And I'm going to go through part of the rest of this menu. So here I am also at the home page. And you're seeing all these people, right? All right, so from the home page, here's the navigation bar, and I'm signed in. I'm signed in under my president at VCPG.org user instead of the admin user. So I'm here as a member. So under Buy Our Pottery right now. So Foz took you to these two pages, but this part of the menu all the way over, excluding members, is all public. The public sees everything there. This members menu only shows up when you're logged in as a member. So you already saw the gallery site and the online site. She took you through there. So here under talk, you have a direct link to current and past president's messages. This is being done inside of a blog module. it'll always it'll always open to the most recent one. And we'll show here easily the last 3 posts. These are only once a month, so there's not going to be, like under this archive, there's not going to be a group of things to choose from. But you'll find these here directly. The newsletters are also posted here. And this the same, it'll take you to the most recent one. And if you want to see prior ones, they're here. This archive's being built. We've got them back for, we've got, I don't know all of them, but we have a majority of them for decades. So over time, we're going to get all of those posted. So anyone that wants to go through, wonder what they were talking about back in 1971.
That's great.
We can go see, because I have no idea. You know, I've been in the guild for about 8 years. I have no idea what was happening back then, other than the little bit that I've gathered from looking through the Flickr forum, the Flickr photos, and some conversations with long-term members. So also in here is forums. If you're familiar with online forums, this will be familiar. And this is still in development. So it's here. We're still testing things about it. It's functional. This area up here, so you've got Member Connect, announcements. Some of these are gonna work the same way they do currently on Groups.io. So Member Connect will be general information announcements coming out, will be coming from here. But a lot of these are, you log into this page on the website to post things. So if you want to post something about clay or glazes or content, it's a place to have conversations about things, to share information, questions. So Terry went back and moved some threads over from Groups.io. There may be more things to move here. But just quickly, the way you get into a forum is you click on the title, and you'll see the topics that people have posted. Just like in Groups.io, you would see different threads for different topics. So if I click on this title, I see this information on testing a mug for microwave safety. If you want to reply and add to this thread, you click on reply. Like is kind of like a Facebook like. It's a like. If you think something's offensive, I don't know what that would be, but you can report this and it'll show up in asking for a moderator or admin to take a look at what your objection is. In forums, if you do play in here, notice these tiny little boxes. They have information, return to the forum, which takes me back to the general technique forum. You can switch between forums in this pop-up list. And at the bottom of many pages, as you go through the website, if there's more than one layer in a page, there's a return to previous page button down at the bottom. So I'm back now to the forum. The next thing here is member portfolios. I'm just going to show you what's here, but not talk about how this works. Terry's going to talk more about this in a minute, and she's also going to do a breakout room on how to set a member portfolio up for yourself. Inside of learning, we start here with the clay challenge. And so this is, description of what it is. These are photos from the most recent clay challenge. This is a link to the prior one. And we know that there are more. I think there are 2 or 3 more here. We just have not gotten them in there yet. If you were a member of the Sgraffito challenge, you don't see a photo of your work here, send us a photo in square format if possible, if not in horizontal format with a little margin top and bottom, and we can square it if need be. We'd like everyone to be in here. Next, we go to studio residencies. There's a description of what it is. If you're someone who's interested, there's info here. There's an application online here, and here's a video. So as part of a residency, they're person is required to do a presentation on their residency at a members meeting. So these are the videos of those presentations in chronological order from the most recent to the first. Videos is access to our YouTube channel, the video library. This button here at the top takes you to the YouTube channel sorted by playlist. You don't have to go to YouTube and search for VCPG videos.gmail. And as you scroll down here, you'll see here are the most recent member meetings. So every time there's a member meeting like this one, the main meeting is going to wind up replacing this one, and the other three will move down a step. Here are studio tours. There are more online. I think we've done 4 or 5 of them, so I'll probably swap these out in a month or so for some of the others. Beginning of a tips and tricks section. If you have them, you know, short is good. These are the packing one is about 15 minutes, something like that. This photographing is an hour and a half. In my mind, I think of tips and tricks like, you know, a 5-minute something. And we just don't really have those in the library. So here it's an invitation to create some. And then here, finding classes, find clay. This was a piece of paper in the gallery. And we have a scheme for handling that I'm not going to go into right now, but so people that want paper. So who's on this list right now are people that are places that do classes, group classes and private classes. There were a few personal like names of people in the guild, including me, and that's not a complaint. I'm just as an example. We moved all of it for the moment because we thought we should get everyone from the guild that wanted to be on this list that teaches classes personally or group classes on this form. So there's again, here's this clay colored banner. So if you'll get us information no later than the end of February, we'll add everyone then onto this list. And we're not using emails, so the link from this list is not going to an email. It's going to a website, or it's going to a social media link. If you have a Facebook page that's related to your business and your teaching, or an Instagram page, or whatever you got that people can get, where people can find information to get a hold of you. There's a direct link to Aardvark and Laguna here. We may add more suppliers there, but exactly how, we're not sure yet. In About Us, this is mostly aimed at the public. Here's a statement about the guild, right? Become a member, become a patron. And then here, become a patron. This is a question reminder. As a member, consider making a one-time or monthly donation to the guild. This is me speaking personally. They're social things I believe in and support that I give money to every month. To me, it's a cool thing that I can do that here on a monthly donation. Happens once I set it up, like the rest of the world, it just gets deducted from my account every month. The money all goes into this future growth fund that we set up when we set up the Plus membership. And then there's our mission and our goals statement. And that button will take you to the patron form. Member benefits. Boz did a quick tour on this too. This is mostly for the public. I mean, for us too, obviously, I guess. Board and committees. As a nonprofit, we're required to have all this information available to the public. I'm logged in, so I'm actually seeing a different page slightly than the public sees. The public doesn't see open slots. But yeah, okay. And then this one, contact us. So that's all our official information. Club Express technical support. is awesome. So if you have a question that has to do with not how do you fill out a form that we've created, but something about the site that seems confusing, you can contact them. Every time we've contacted them over the last 3 months, they've been just like spectacular in their knowledge and their follow-up if they had to go research something and get back with us. So here to send an email, as a member, you put in your name, choose the email you want to be responded to. And here's a list of all the people in position. These are positional emails. So membership, team service, clay orders, president, blah, 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 videos, marketing, the newsletter, anything you have a question about here is going to go to the person who's responsible for this domain, this area of the guild. General information is going to go to info, to our basic email. Here's some more contact Club Express stuff. Also, any page you're on, I'm not going to show you what happens, but this question mark on any page that you're on, if you click the question mark, it takes you to Club Express's built-in documentation. That's it. Now I'm going to hand it over to Terry.
Sorry about that. I thought I unmuted myself. So I'm going to show you a little overview of the member portfolios. As was mentioned earlier, there's going to be a breakout room where I'll give you a little more detail about how to set that up. And then I'll go over the members menu over here. So the member portfolios, this is replacing, or well, it's the same thing as what we had at the other site, where you could have your own portfolio. And so far, 6 people have set them up. And you'll see a grid of thumbnails. Once we get this populated and people are participating enough that we have a lot of people, it might be easier to look by list, which will alphabetize and sort under alphabetical initials. But right now, there's just really not enough to do that. So this is how it presents itself. I'll just scroll up a little bit. You can put a lot of information in. It's very easy to upload your images. The way it happens is you can make photo albums through your profile and designate one of those albums to be this portfolio. And it is a plus tier benefit to have one of these. And I hope that all of our plus members take advantage of it. You can have some sidebar information here, way to contact you, a little statement, or Troy was pretty lean and clean, and he didn't have any of that stuff. It's up to you. You can put in whatever you want. Choose to have contact information or Facebook links or Instagram links or whatever. So that's what the portfolios look like. And this, of course, is a public facing page. So this is for everybody to see. You can bring people to the site, tell them to check you out here. Another thing is that on our other site, the software that we use for that imposed a square crop for everything. So we were asking everybody to make their images square, or else they would be cropped to the middle, and you would have chopped off images if they weren't square. So in this case, that's not an issue. Whatever rectangular, square, vertical, horizontal, whatever you want, it's fine. All right, so let's move to the members menu, and you'll only see this if you're logged in. If you're not logged in, you won't see this until you log in up here. And then, of course, the public won't see this. So this is our section. Now, the regular member page is sort of an overview of what you get as a member, and it goes into a little more detail than the benefits page does. The benefits page tells the public what you get as a member, but this tells you what you have as a member, and what you can do with it, and reminders to the photo booth is available, for instance, and things like that. It just goes into a little more details, talks a little bit about a team service and just some of the opportunities that you have. Foz is going to talk about these two team service sections here, and so I'm not going to cover them, but that's there. And then Sell Online is the members side of the of Ventura Pottery Online. So it's where you can go to find out information about it, and where to the forms to fill out to begin selling there. Or actually, if you're already a seller at Ojai shows and the gallery, you probably already have these two taken care of. But this is the one for the online store. And then once you're on the store, this is how you can submit your items. The system already knows who you are because you're logged in. Wynn mentioned that. So when you fill out your form, you don't have to put your name in or your email or anything, because it knows. You just do the title, the price, description, the same things you chose before, and then you upload your images, hit submit, and you're done. Stacy will get the email, and then she'll do what she needs to do. So that's how we're doing it now. All right, the library is it has the inventory list and another form. This is ignore this. I need to flesh that out and write it out. Sorry about that. So this is just like the form at the other site. It's just real simple. Submit it, and the librarian will take care of it. Nancy Curry is our new librarian. Okay. The member directory. This is where, again, this is members only. Public doesn't see this. So this is members only. So in your profile, which somebody's going to talk, it's a breakout room for that. In the profile, you get to do like a photo and a banner image, which I haven't done. A little biography. You get to choose just how much information you want anybody to see. You can even completely opt out of it. So that's what we're seeing here. Some people email only. You click the email icon and it will open up an email. This person is showing the address and phone numbers, and so on. So you choose how much you want to share, and I hope that we all, and that includes me, will at least put a photo up so that we can recognize each other and get to know each other a little bit better. Click on the name. This is fine to get an email, but if you click on the name, then you get a little expanded version, read their bio. If they have any photo albums, you can click on the photo albums and look at those. You can look at them real big too. Okay, and let me find the button to get out of that. Okay. So let's go back to here. We have a lot of members. So there are a lot of pages here. It is alphabetical, and you can search for the name, city, or you could just browse or whatever. But anyway, it's a chance to get to know each other. So that's the member directory. The jury page talks about how the jury process works. And we have a little calendar off to the side here that's like the one on the front page. There's not enough here for it to scroll, but it would if we did. And with the calendars here, we can filter them by topic. So only the jury stuff is going to show up here. These are tentative dates because we don't really know those dates, but we want to kind of give you an idea of when these things happen. The guidelines and the application is here. So all the stuff that you need to do is here, and we'll see about expanding this to. Somebody suggested that we show like the latest juried members, announce who they were and stuff. We haven't gotten that far, but anyway, the jurying is an important part of the guild. The calendar, if the scrolling calendar on the front page, it really only goes 3 months in advance. So if you want to look into the future, if there's anything on the calendar that's that we know the dates of, it'll be here. So far, we just have recurring meetings like the board meetings and the regular meetings. We don't have any control over how big this type is. If you notice, the type on the pages is nice and big for all of us old people, and this is awfully tiny. So I don't know if we can make this bigger, but anyway. So you can click these and get the Zoom link and get more information. Calendar, and then this is the board page, similar to the one that Wynn showed you earlier. And I think that's the end of my presentation. So I'm going to stop this, and now I believe it's Foz's turn.
All right, so I wanted to point one thing out. Can y'all see my screen? Yeah. So because Wynn and Terry and I are administrators on the website, we have a few other things here that you're not going to see. So what you'll see in the upper right-hand corner is your name with a drop-down menu. All right. So if you're there thinking, well, it doesn't look the same, it does not look the same. All right. So again, you log in, you land on the home page. Just to give you all some feedback, because 2022 was the first year that the guild began integrating the concept of team service into our community. And over the course of the year, we had 307 different slots that were filled by members. So 307 different jobs were picked up by members who got an opportunity to meet other guild members, sorting clay, working in Ojai, serving on a planning team that met on Zoom. But all of these were opportunities to give back expertise that members had or skills that members had that were outside being clay people, but looking at the whole of who they were and how they could bring a benefit into our community. So 307 different slots were filled by 106 of our 184 members. So, I want to just say thank you all for making this such a successful experience. And so it's a decision the board made to continue the team service component of guild membership. We're created on the website 2 different ways to begin to look for opportunities to be part of the community in a way that supports all of the different opportunities that are available over the course of the year. So because our service needs span a real wide gamut of activities, we've divided them into 5 different categories. Sort of, okay, the first is, where are we going? So individuals that are interested in planning and sort of policy or organization, working on making an event happen or helping to be on a team that coordinates bringing a workshop presenter in. This is in the where are we going group. Then you've seen a little bit about now what our new web home looks like, and it's going to take additional development time from Wynn and Terry and I to get things in place, but we need a team of people to help support this and keep it fresh and keep it current and keep it vital to our organization. So individuals that want to learn, not necessarily that you can come in knowing how to do something, but if you're interested and you're comfortable around computers, or you're comfortable with social media and you're comfortable with, those kinds of things, and are willing to be trained and help support keeping our web home up and running, then you'd look for things in the web services. Then we have what we call our core. So things that are related to membership, opportunities related to team service and outreach. They're listed here. Selling our work, this has to do with the venues that are available for members to participate in, and where we need help making these events happen. And then benefits of being a community. These things can happen because people show up and get work done. So if you're here and you say, well, I'm interested in Ojai, it's one of our events that takes the majority, a huge group of people to pull it off. If you click on Ojai Market, you wind up on just a list of what's available for the Ojai Market. On the left-hand side of the screen, there's a View More button. And if you click on it, you'll see all of the positions that are needed to make Ojai happen. And there's a short description under each of the tasks or each of the slots that are needed. Now, if I look here, this says Ojai Pottery Market Setup Crew. This column over here that says assigned, there's the word that says who. If I click on this, this is going to tell me that Claudia Lurie has signed up for the Ojai Setup Crew on June 9th from the setup crew for 5 to 7 p.m. So if you're looking at this and you're thinking, gee, I want to sign up, and gee, I wonder who else might have signed up, you can click on the Who button and you can see other members who have already signed up and put their name on the list. So I look at this and I say, oh, gee, you know, I want to be on the setup crew too. Claudia's cool. I want to do this. So I come up here to the raised hand and it says volunteer yourself. So I click on that. Then it becomes very important that you look to make sure your name's correct, that your phone number is correct. And if one of the things that we're finding and we haven't quite figured out is sometimes this is blank. So you've got to click on this arrow and pick the phone number you want. It's bringing the phone number over from what you entered when you renewed your membership. You just need to make sure you've got the correct phone number here. And you also have the correct email address here. All right. This is going to get pulled in again from your membership information, but make sure it's where you want that email to go. And then, so I want to be on the setup crew. I would check this box here. All right. And if I want to do the setup crew and I also want to do demos, I can click both those boxes. Scroll to the bottom and click next. All right. So it's telling me that I signed up on the 9th to do setup crew, on the 10th to do the demo booth. Is that right? No, it's not right. It's the wrong time. There's a pencil right here. The pencil will take me back a page and I'll say, gee, I really don't want to do the demo booth on Saturday. I want to do it on Sunday instead. Click next. It's there. Now, if I decide I really don't want to do that at all, I can click the trash can and it throws it away. But I'm good with this. All right. And here it says you must complete and click the finish button within 30 minutes if you're going to put a group of people in here. So if I'm going to say, hey, wait a minute. I want Terry. Oh, nobody's found its name Terry. Hey, Terry, how come?
You got me.
We might have to figure this out.
Maybe it's supposed to say last name.
Well,
I don't know.
there should be another way that you can add your friend. Let me try Wilson.
Oh, you know, you didn't put the email address in. Maybe you have to also put the email address in.
Let's see. Well, you're going to be
Yeah, it's going to be Terry.
Terry. Is that it?
Well, no, not exactly. No, it's Terry at terrific.com.
Terry at. Is that it?
It's with a Y. Terry, YFIC.com. And then you better change my name to Terry at the top. And now we'll see.
Okay, so there she is. And I'm going to take Terry and I want Terry to be on, what is it? You're going to be on the setup crew with me or the demo setup crew?
Okay.
I'm going to add Terry and click next. All right, so now I'm signed up and Terry signed up. We're good. Click finish. Sign up session saved. And we're good. I'm going to get an email and Terry's going to get an email saying we're signed up for those slots. So let me go back over here. So on the team service page, again, you can pick activities by an interest area. The other option you have is you could come over here to the sign up catalog. And the sign up catalog just lists each of the different events and activities. So for instance, the clay crew sounds interesting. Maybe I want to be on the marketing team. Let's look at the marketing team. Let's see. All right. Here's a publicity assistant job. what do they do? It's assisting the publicity director. Okay, well, who's the publicity director? Okay, it's Rebecca Catterall. Okay, I like Rebecca. We work well together. Well, maybe I could do this. This doesn't look like a lot of time. So again, I'd come up here, click on this. This says it's full. So if a job's gone, if all the slots are full, it'll say full. So I could check this. Oh, wait a minute. I got to go back here. I got to check my phone number. All right. Is that right? Okay. Email's right. Click next and you go through the process. So that's team service. And I guess the only point I would like to make then is, team service is about giving back and supporting the community. We did an email request at the end of last year asking if there's anybody in the guild that knows how to use QuickBooks. And Lori Lester responded. This is really important to the financial operations of the guild and like moving to the next step. And, Lori's a potter, but in her bag or backpack of skills, she knows QuickBooks and she can be an expert for us and help make carrying the load of the guild operations much easier. And so that's really the concept behind team service. And we're hoping that, we get up to, I think it was like 76% of our members all provided a job or all helped with some job outside to support the guild. So we're hoping in 2023, we can bump that percentage up. All right. The plan right now, is to do 3 breakout rooms.
Wait, do you want to look at questions first related
We
to
want
what
to do
just
that as a
did?
group. Okay.
Yeah.
So
First one is, how do you change the login name? That's in your profile.
So do we want to show people how to do that, or we want to direct people to watch?
Now, if that's important to you, come to the profile breakout room. Otherwise, if we dive into all of these, we're going to be
Right.
here for the meeting.
I've answered a few questions in the chat as they
Yeah.
come.
Got that.
So specific training, there are going to be some short videos that get put together over the next probably 6 weeks that are going to be little snacks. So like no more than 5 minutes long. This is how you do this. This is how you do this activity. Everybody needs to understand that we've probably been working on this for maybe 3 months. And we're now meeting and saying, okay, what are the end things we need to finish in phase 1 and what needs to be in phase 2 and what needs to be in phase 3. So yes, and it's going to be really important for you all to communicate with us using the contact form with feedback to say, hey, I would like a video on this. Hey, I need help on this. Hey, can you think about doing this? Because this is our place and we need everybody's input into setting priorities about where time gets spent on making educational videos or on making different options available within this web home for us. What else? Is there anything else in
There's
here?
one, the only one that's not answered just came in from Nadia. It's like, I signed up from team service, but didn't get an email. Did I do something wrong? It's
Check
there,
your
check
spam
box.
folder.
There's a checkbox that says you want the email.
Yes, there is a checkbox. And if you don't check that, you don't get the email.
Be
So-
nice if that was on by default, but it's not.
But it's not. All right.
The only thing I would add after what Foz just said about the little video snippets and all that stuff is that we are trying really hard to make this site intuitive and easy to navigate and put things on their own pages so they're not buried in the middle or the bottom of some other page. And hopefully you won't really need a lot of guidance and help once you just get familiar with the site. We hope it's going to be really easy for you to use. So we don't want to paint a picture that it's going to be that you need to be a rocket scientist to use it or anything. But we'll give you as much help as you need, but we think it's a pretty good platform.
Lynn?
So are we delaying the next order for clay orders, or we're not there yet? Not delaying.
We've got plenty of time to get that going. Yeah.
Okay.
So we expect to have the next clay order done online through
Okay.
one of the forms, like Terry showed you for like the online store.
Yep.
The ordering for clay will now happen inside our web home.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And it will make it a lot easier for Lynn and Maureen to put it together. Hopefully we won't have any holdups or
There's going to need to be some more instruction to people.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit.
And in that vein, in case people didn't see it in the chat, I'm in the next week or two, I'm going to have a meeting for the online store participants or interested parties to go through how to submit the items now through Club Express. It's really going to be easy, a lot easier for everybody.
So tonight I want to erase the words Club Express and I want to talk our new web home.
Our new home.
All right. So what I'd like us to do, I'm going to open up the breakout rooms. So there are 3 breakout rooms. One, Win is going to be doing, and he's going to be talking about the portfolio, how to customize it for you, how to make your place in our guild home your own space. He'll be talking about, how to set, information that you want available just to members, or information not available. He'll be talking about photo albums that you can put up, and all of sort of the basics. Terry's going to do a breakout room where she's going to do a deep dive in setting up the member portfolios, how to get in there, how to get around in there, things to consider when you're putting up your portfolio. And it will be a deep dive. Now, these 2 sessions are going to go for as long as you need them to go for, and to get your questions answered and you to be comfortable with those spaces. You're welcome to go back and forth between those rooms. I'm going to keep this space open, and I'm going to be available to walk people through anything that we've gone over tonight and answer any questions that come up. And we're pretty much going to hang out with you until the last person is done, unless it goes too really late into the evening. So anything else that anybody needs to say while we're together, this would be the time.
Yeah, this is great. What a lot of wonderful work. It's really exciting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I second that motion? This is a stupendous amount of work, and it's going to be absolutely fabulous. When did you say that you were going to record your breakout room?
Yeah, we're recording both of them. Yep.
Both of them. And then if we go to yours and we would like to see the other one, we can edit that and then have that available.
They'll be on the website on the video page.
Whoa. Good Lord. This is
Imagine that.
amazing. Amazing. Thank you.